Hello, I'm here today at RespiraWorks to give a quick hardware demonstration of our ventilator. Right now, the ventilator is connected to a quick lung here, which simulates the patient's lungs. Now, if the patient doesn't require supplemental oxygen, this ventilator is blower-based, which means it can run only on electricity, providing the patient with ambient air that it draws in through the blower. Now, the ventilator is controlled through this touchscreen interface here. We'll begin by selecting a ventilator control mode. We'll select pressure control and hit confirm. Now, all of the respiratory settings are down here at the bottom. So for example, we can set a PIP of 25, confirm, and you see that we've also implemented alarms. So that rapid change in PIP set point did actually trigger an alarm, and we can hit pause here, and you'll see that the alarm continues to be persistent here. Let's set a PEEP of 10. And we'll ignore FiO2 for now because we don't have any oxygen connected. We can set a inspiratory time, so let's make that 2 seconds. And you'll see here that alarms also have a timer. So if an alarm is paused, when this timer runs out, it will reinitiate the visual and auditory alarm. So we're here at respiration rate, and we can set that to 20 breaths per minute. And you'll also see here on the display that it automatically calculates the IE ratio. So when you set the inspiratory time and the respiratory rate, you get the IE ratio here. And you get a live readout of the pressure, flow, and tidal volume that's being delivered to the patient. Now, if the patient requires supplemental oxygen, the ventilator is also capable of controlling off a standard pressurized oxygen hospital oxygen supply at 50 psi. So we actually have a compressed air tank here to act as a stand-in, and I'll go ahead and connect that now. And for demonstration, we're going to set the FiO2 all the way to 100% to demonstrate pure oxygen control. So you hear the blower shut down there, and the vent now running, delivering to the patient off of the supplied oxygen. Now, I've removed most of the screws off the lid of this container here, of the enclosure, so that I can give you a hardware tour. But before I do that, I'm going to switch back to ambient air because we don't have that much air in the compressor tank here. So let's go back to 21%, and we'll give you a little tour of the insides. And I'm going to try to do this while it's all still connected so we can see the internals operating. All right, so in here we have the blower, which is doing ambient air intake, which then goes to our custom designed stepper motor based pinch valve, which gives us a fast response rate and a low pressure drop across the valve. We have our custom designed and 3D printed Venturi sensors, which is how we do flow. That gets translated into a differential pressure, which goes into our custom designed circuit board, where it is measured as flow. So we continue along this path to the outlet path to the delivered oxygen sensor, and this leads out to what is now connected to the quick lung. In the oxygen path, we have oxygen entering here, coming through our proportional solenoid, which is also controlled by our circuit board, and it then enters through its own through this hose here, through its own Venturi pathway. So we measure oxygen flow here, and then that enters and combines through this Y out to the patient outlet. Now, when the gas returns from the patient, it comes through this entry here and travels through another one of our stepper motor-based pinch valves. And this allows us to have very good, precise dynamic control of the PEEP pressure, the expiratory pressure. And that comes back through another Venturi, so we measure expiratory flow as well. And this is also where we tap off the patient pressure measurement, and that is how our ventilator works.